This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
Are you looking for where to get the most quality and affordable furniture in Nigeria? Then look no further, because Chooks Interiors is your solution. From sofas to dining sets, tables, center rugs, you name it, we have got you covered. Check out any of our showrooms at Airport Road in Ikeja, Festac, or Alaba International Market. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Chooks_Interiors. That is at CHUKS_Interiors. Call or send us a WhatsApp message on 0808 017 1229. That's 0808 017 1229. And we would love to hear from you. We are Chooks Interiors, and we offer quality for every budget.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timi Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio. 24 broadcasting. Listen. You're listening to Elegbete TV and Radio.
Right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthew Southern. You love to come in Elegbete on Sports. Thank you for your patience, for always being here with me. It's 1 minute past the hour of 9, and we're going to rock it till 10 a.m. this morning. It's 10 people already here, 3 likes. I don't know what I didn't feel to click on the like button. No, what are you? Yeah, it's Tactical Tuesday, so we're going to talk tactics anybody who wants us to talk tactics, but for now, the Euros are coming, and there are coaching merry-go-round to deal with first off. I'm just looking at the mystery, the wonders of coaching, right? Vincent Kompany coached a team that got promoted last season, won only 5 games in the English Premier League, and then got relegated straight back down. But then immediately, a club as big as FCBayern are looking for him. I can't even call my friend Mario Leo to give me the work of it. I'm eventually going to call him and get his take on it. Like, what was the thought process? What was that? Then another coach, just when you think that the Vincent Kompany conversation is just there, again, is a Pep Guardiola protege, right? I'm going somewhere with this. Follow me slowly. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to get to the point. I'm going to tie it to the goal eventually. I'm not having a nightmare, bad dream. I'm not relocating abroad. Even pastors are jackpotting now and say they have bad dream. But I know that members have bad dream. They'll say, let us pray. Well, I don't know why this thing just came into my head now, but like I know I will offend a lot of people because that pastor is everybody's friend. And then somebody sent me a question, says Jesus Christ, that's not gonna end up for you. Why is this my business? Okay, let me read it. Let me read it. I'm coming. Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't go down. Okay, say say hey Yadafe. What you have to say about Harrison's wife saying that it bed wet? Do you have an opinion on it? My brother, I don't get opinion on. But Harrison, we go talk about his wife, mama, say get 7 husband, blah 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 blah. You don't say the girl go strike back. You get dirty for your cupboard. You're not supposed to talk about other people now. There's some interview where you just wave some things aside. Who ask you? No volunteer information where you don't say your own today. When they go volunteer, you don't understand. No chat today where everyone I don't understand. No, we're just starting. Don't worry, the chat will come. come eventually. The comments will come. Just relax. They will come. And so that say the people for this community that they like make it don't go far. May don't reach like 20 to 30 before they start to put their comments. So I'm used to it now. And before it bother me like, where's everybody? Why are they not commenting? Why are they? I have a show to do. If not only one person will do this, if I'm gonna do my show, enjoy myself, like I always say, and then get going in my life. Okay, I don't feel cocky myself. Okay, so like I was saying, when I am just been given a 5 years contract. Okay, I will give you the update on that one, but it's just been given a 5 years contract. It does look good as far as I'm concerned. For stability in Aston Villa, it doesn't mean they will sack him. Don't forget football. The 5 years doesn't mean anything. And then the contract that they are proposing for Maresca as well is a 5 years contract. They're proposing a 5 years contract for him that he'll keep him. But like I said to my friend, they should tell him, my friend in the UK who work within the system, who's giving me update. I tell him, well, 5 years in Chelsea, not be 5 years. 5 years could be tomorrow they will sack you. So you should just know that one down. See, be 5 years for Chelsea, not be big deal. How many years they give what did they call him? Mauricio Pochettino. You say the Dosaka. So make go this now press, they comfortable, relax, everything is good. No way. All the Roberto deserve the way they go hurry, go lose, resign for that job now. You wonder which job they get, what they hope for. Your club say we take 1 year to rest and then wait. Hopefully we get either the Bayern job or the Real Madrid job when Carlo Ancelotti end his contract. That's the story that we're hearing anyway. But let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's come to the conversation. What I was saying. So, coach, Vincent Kompany won 5 games out of 38. He's almost getting the Bayern job. He's not gotten it, but he's almost getting the Bayern job. Maresca left Pep Guardiola, another Pep Guardiola protege. And don't forget that Eric Ten Hag, who just won the FA Cup over Pep Guardiola, is a Pep Guardiola protege as well. Another Pep Guardiola protege. Just last season, he was, next to Pep like Arteta. Arteta at Arsenal is another Pep Guardiola protege as well. Now Pep Guardiola is not only producing players, winning titles, breaking records, he's also producing coaches everywhere. Come on, that's something that we must give him credit for. We want also talking about the money that costs him. There must be something he knows that's making him shitting, producing coaches every corner he turns his head now. That's a Pep Guardiola project, that's a little Pep, little Pep all over the places. Now, I'm asking this question. Why is it that all the little Pep, no one have been an English player, right, who's gone to him and learned from him? They are all foreigners, not English people. Because somebody asked me a question. It was one of the best guys that I ever had in my studio as my co-presenter for a very short time, but that's one of the best short time we have, himself and Emmanuel Sebastian. Joseph Okiche asked the question. I gave my best answer to the best of my knowledge based on my understanding and observation of English people. But I'm thinking, if all these people are going to Pep and learning one thing or the other and scoring all those big jobs, how come English coaches, the Wayne Rooney's of this world, the Frank Lampards of this world, after all, Frank Lampard also played for Man City one time, how come they're not going to Pep and say, hey, Shifu, Master Shifu, I want to come to your dojo and learn how to coach. How to coach like Pep. I mean, I think somebody should write a book and maybe how to coach the Pep way or how to coach the Jose Mourinho way. Definitely don't write a book about how to coach Arsene Wenger way or the Sir Alex Ferguson way, because you have to now bribe referee, you have to fix match, and it's not going to work. Arsene Wenger one, you have to coach like a Momo. That's like the worst coach in the world by my books. I know that somebody will come here and tell all the things they want to say. The same answer that I gave to Charles Anazodo on Twitter is what I'll give you. Oh boy, you play ball. No, if you not say you don't play ball, you never enter professional dressing room. Don't come and comment because you don't know anything. I'm telling you, there are empirical evidence on ground. Say Persevere no sabi. There's nothing anybody go fit tell me. He only won those league titles because one, Man United choose to restart their engine. There's nothing you want. Not try. Don't, if you like, you try for nothing. Persevere no sabi. Now Bori coach. Claudio Ranieri says, okay, let's move fast and move on. So my question is, what's the thing about Pep and the way he groomed these guys that makes them, very, very commercially, like marketable. Okay, and forget that this weekend is the Champions League finals, and everybody's heading to London again, Wembley. I hope they don't fight those hooligans, those Jaguda boys, area boys. They don't go and fight anyway. But let's look at some of the immediate stories that are coming. FIFA in apology over clubs meeting. World governing body FIFA has been forced to apologize over a meeting between officials and Union of European Clubs (UEC) last week. UEC has been set up as an alternative to the powerful and influential European Clubs Association (ECA), which has been working in partnership with UEFA over major issues in the game, including the transfer system. FIFA needs to maintain a close relationship with ECA at a period when there is a huge pressure on the fixture calendar, and 12 European clubs are involved in the expanded Club World Cup at the end of next season. Of the 12 clubs, the only ones who are not members of ECA are Real Madrid and Juventus, who resigned in the wake of the Super League war and have not yet applied to return. FIFA said it regrets and rejects any indication and meeting with UEC was anything other than to address general questions around its clearinghouse transfer system. FIFA would like to take this opportunity to state for the record it recognizes only one representative body for club football in Europe, the European Clubs Association. And Asabi, Villa 2023-2024 campaign, Aston Villa secured Champions League football for the very first time with Unai Emery steering the club to a fourth-place finish. The achievement came off the back of some impressive results in the Premier League in the 2023-2024 season. Draws with Chelsea, Liverpool, as well as wins such as a 2-0 victory over Arsenal, saw Unai Emery cement himself at the club. So for that reason, he has been given a 5 years extension. They also reached the Europa Conference League semi-finals where they lost 6-2 to Olympiacos. I hope that's not the result we're going to be seeing in the Champions League. Well, Maresca to Chelsea presents to me as another lazy attempt by the club. It's shuckling money at yet another flavor of the month. Much as they have done with pointless players, they are becoming a graveyard for career. That's according to Nick from Kent. Okay, I don't know what your opinion is. Maresca to Chelsea, is a good deal or a bad deal? Well, let's look at Unai Emery from the old veteran Phil McNulty of the BBC, try to give us a bit of analysis of Unai Emery. It's a bit long. I'm going to try my best to read and summarize. Aston Villa undoubtedly want to bolster their squad this summer after the superb achievement of reaching the Champions League. But the news that Unai Emery has agreed a new 5-year contract means they have already captured the most vital signature of all. Emery extended his contract until 2027 in April, but this was always with the intention of a longer-term extension once the season finished. Villa have wasted no time in tying up their inspirational manager for the future. The Spaniard has overseen a stunning rejuvenation of Villa since succeeding the sacked Steven Gerrard in October 2022 when they were in relegation. Another English manager who will not sabi work. Emery's new contract is a sign of ambition from Villa's owners, but also an indication of the faith he has in them. In partnership with his long-term association, Villa's president of football operation Monchi, the fact Emery has taken them into the Champions League was beyond fans' most optimistic expectation this season. Emery has put Villa ahead of schedule, but there will be no complaint as they mix with the Champions League big names for the first time. They will feel confident of making an impact under the manager with such pedigree in European environment. One who already has 4 second-tier Europa League titles to his name. 4. He has already assumed hero status at Villa Park, and it will be a source of joy to everyone at the club that Emery has now extended until 2029, which is a very good one anyway. So you look at him and you say to yourself, well, this is good. Unai Emery is a man on the news anyway. On this one, this journey has no limit, according to the man himself. Unai Emery say, Villa boss Unai Emery has reacted himself to signing a new deal for the club. I am very happy to take this step and the responsibility of leading this club, said Unai Emery, whose existing deal still had another 3 years to run. There is a great chemistry in Aston Villa, and the element of the fan support also makes the difference to feel like home. We are really excited to continue this journey with no limit to our dreams. That's a very, very, very good one. Now, get involved in the conversation. Jeremy from Somerset have this to say about Maresca. I hope you also get to say yours. Okay, one season in the championship with players paid Premier League wages, and Chelsea to go for him. He hasn't managed a Premier League club. Signing assistant managers, people are having their session. Signing assistant managers of great managers doesn't mean they make good managers. To every Arteta is a graveyard of failures. Brian Cates, Steve McLaren, and their own Roberto Di Matteo to name a few. So be careful what you're doing. Maresca and Potter couples in. If Enzo Maresca is appointed Chelsea boss, being a Blues manager would be another thing to add to his list in what he has in common with Graham Potter. The pair played together at West Brom in the late 90s, and they also would carpool. Okay, he told Man City's website when he worked for the club, I also remember sharing lifts to training with Graham. We played together, we lived very close to we traveled together in the car to the training ground. Okay, that was the time of players, then they use their own money, they buy motor. Okay, another fan have this to say: Enzo Maresca may be appointed as the new Chelsea manager, but what do you think of the Leicester boss taking over the Blues, and who would you want if not Maresca? Okay, that's the conversation from some other direction. Maresca career to date. So let's do a little bit of a running and see how the deep dive goes with his career. Enzo Maresca had a playing career from 1998 to 2017, competing for clubs like Juventus, West Brom, Sampdoria. In that time, Maresca retired 7 years ago, started his coaching career at Ascoli. After 3 years in the Italian club, he moved to Manchester City to take charge of their elite development squad. His form impressed while at City, particularly winning the Premier League Division 2 in 2021. This led to him being appointed the head coach of Parma. However, he was fired after not winning promotion. Maresca then rejoined City, but this time as assistant to Pep Guardiola after Mikel Arteta had left for Arsenal. Impressing again at the Premier League champions, he was appointed Leicester manager when they were relegated into the Championship. He led the club to promotion and is now being linked to Chelsea. What do you guys think? If you're a Chelsea fan out there, is this the one you say, yes, Ray, this is the guy we want, this is the deal, this is the signing? Or you say, so, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not sure if I'm excited or if I am not excited. That's one. An insight into Enzo Maresca, for those of you who don't know, we're going to talk a lot about him today. Enzo Maresca started Leicester City to promotion in his first season in charge of the club and has been praised by his players. Harry Winks told Sky Sports he's by far the best manager I've worked for. He's incredible. Everybody will say he's going right to the top in terms of managerial stature. He's got everything. Okay, he's a great manager. He's tactically incredible in some of the decisions that he tells us to do before the game, and how he views the match is something I've never experienced before in football. So there's a whole lot for Chelsea fans. These are players that have played under him. You should feel a bit exciting. Well, let me take you to how the story broke when they said they were in talk with the guy. Chelsea were in talk with the manager this morning from around 7:45. Okay, Chelsea are in talks to appoint Leicester City's manager Enzo Maresca. And you know the thing about the money that they will pay is about in the region of 9 to 10 million. It's not really a big deal for Chelsea. Okay, as a replacement for Mauricio Pochettino, the Italian 44 took charge of the Foxes in June 2023 and has led them back to the Premier League by winning the championship at first attempt. Maresca is interested in moving to Chelsea, with talks continuing between the two clubs 24 hours after Ipswich Town manager Karen McKenna dropped out of the race for the role. Former Brighton manager Roberto Di Zerbi and Brentford Thomas Frank have not been fully ruled out, but there is broad consensus across the club that Maresca is the right choice. Chelsea would have to pay compensation fees for any of the remaining options. So, for you as a Chelsea fan, is this the deal? Is this the guy? Is this your dream guy? Is this the person you say, okay, you know what, let's get it going. This is the guy that we need in our club. We don't have a problem with him. If he comes, we would go and we would win something with this man. This is the man that we want. Is that the person you think is good for you? I mean, I need to hear from you guys, Chelsea fans especially. And then let's go to Manchester United. Let's talk about Manchester United. This also the talk of the Manchester United board now split. They were unanimous in saying after the FA Cup finals because they were hoping that they were going to get beat, but they weren't beaten. Their coach masterminded the tactical shift. But then there is this conversation that this season was very bad. Right, they were terrible. They were conceding goals like goals were going out of fashion. Their worst position in the league ever. The worst goals considered ever in forever in the Premier League era. So it is not satisfactory enough to just sit back and say, "Oh, because he won the FA Cup." Wigan won the FA Cup in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, over the same Chelsea. Okay, and Mancini got fired. Right, and then other teams, Arsenal won this FA Cup. This FA Cup was won by Arsenal. Arsenal finished 8th. They said 8th that they are, and I remember clearly. I'm going to read something. Let me turn on my phone. I remember clearly Manchester United fans trolling Arsenal and Arteta at the time that is winning the FA Cup when you end up in 8th position. Now, that same FA Cup is now like, with all the things he went through, it's a good thing that he won the FA Cup. Why? Let's look at some of the transfer. While my phone is crawling back to life, let's look at some of the transfer stories and the rumors that are there, because definitely in this part of the conversation, after leaving the Maresca conversation with Chelsea fans and the rest, we are going to definitely have to talk about the Manchester United manager. First on the call list is Manchester United has spoken to ex-Brighton boss Roberto De Zerbi over the possibility of succeeding Erik ten Hag as manager. Now to you Manchester United fans, why Chelsea fans are responding to my question, is Enzo Maresca the guy you want? Okay, remember I was fired at Parma, he failed it. Okay, yes, he succeeded at Leicester, coach is as good as his last result, so his last result is excellent, but then that's how Vincent Kompany promoted Burnley, and then he came to 105 out of 38 games. Yes, we will also agree that the quality of players at Manchester United are way better than the quality of players at Burnley. I can understand, but let's just look at all of these templates and tell ourselves, is that the guy you need? And then for Manchester United fan, if Erik ten Hag, I'm not one of those. My friend Bobby Kugwe believes in Erik ten Hag. As a matter of fact, he believes that they are going to make the top 4 next season. They are going to compete for the title if on the condition that Erik ten Hag is left to stay. He also wants to, if he's on the board, he also would love to give him a 3-year extension. So massive shout out to Bobby, because one of the things that I love about him is always going back to watch, and he's very busy. He's pretty very busy. Johnny Gaffa as well, thank you for the conversation we had yesterday. I want to say massive shout out also to the man who's made it possible that we are broadcasting today, who secured us, help us to secure 1 terabyte of data. Thank you very much, Nasser, for making that possible. Akemola Affair, one wonderful friend. One wonderful friend that I've had since 2003, since I came into Lagos, right? And he's been there consistently. Man, some people are consistent too. Like, when you make friends and they relocate, that's a very big opportunity for them to detach from you. But no, this guy had not stayed connected, always looking for things that would support my work, help me push. These are the guys who first of all started when I made up my mind that I want to go into Umbrella. They were the people that I think you can do it. And then they pushed me from the very beginning, Musa, Nasser, and a few other guys that were there at the time. And today, it's turned into this, okay? And looking at where we're coming from, it's always giving me confidence that I can go to where I want to, the next level, and we'll be up there with the likes of the United Stars, the Overlap, Powered by Skybed, the EFTV, the Upfront, and all those guys, but we're gradually coming anyway. Well, if you've not subscribed to the channel, do well to subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, we'll never get them. All right. Well, let's come back to Manchester United fans. Is Roberto De Zerbi? Yeah, I know they say he plays from back, everything. Is that not the same thing that Erik ten Hag offers? What's the difference between Roberto De Zerbi and Erik ten Hag in the real sense of it? Given the kind of pressure that comes with the Man United job, Brighton doesn't have ex-players who go on TV and complain about the system or the DNA. We don't have anybody who put the coach under pressure, but this job does put you under pressure. I mean, the Manchester United job. So my question is Roberto De Zerbi the guy? Yeah, I know that there is a whole horde of paradigm shift of everybody wanting younger manager. Now everywhere you go, they want to have young manager. Xabi Alonso. Everywhere you turn your head, young manager. We're going to talk about the Barcelona situation. Begging Xavi to stay, and then Xavi staying, and then firing him and bringing in whoever they brought in. Is it Julian Nagelsmann as a flick? Okay, we will talk about that one later. But Manchester United fans. It's Roberto Di Zerbi, the guy. You want to entrust this dressing room that is not settled. Well, a lot of bright youth, young players. We must say that. We must admit it. That they are young players, but coming off. Okay, that manager is not going to have like a full complement of players because they are going to go to Euro. Some of the players will come back and they're not going to be available for preseason and all that problem. You want to bring in a new manager into that dressing room. Well, there are some clubs who does not have any player going to the Euro. Clubs like Chelsea, I'm not sure that there's a lot of players from Chelsea that are going to the Euros. Arsenal too. Okay, they have some few that will go to the Euros anyway. So those ones will have it easy. But then there are clubs like Manchester United who I think that a lot of their players are going to the Euros, and you want to bring in a new coach. I don't understand. But what do you think, Manchester United fans? Is that the guy? If you're not a Manchester United fan too, you can have your opinion on that one. Is that the guy that fit the bill for Manchester United if at all Erik ten Hag needs to be fired? I'm one of those who think he should be fired anyway. But if he's going to be fired, I think that they need a more matured coach to do a 2-3 years then before they hand over to people like Roberto Di Zerbi. I still think that the whole structure, the whole back room, they're still confused. They don't know what they're doing. But hey, what do I know? Am I in Manchester? I'm here in Lagos. I'm having my opinion. I'm sure that those guys will have their way eventually. So let's go back to the story. Manchester United has spoken to ex-Brighton boss Roberto Di Zerbi over the possibility of succeeding Erik ten Hag as manager. But United are considering retaining ten Hag as their manager. You see, the dressing room now is not split. But then, as ten Hag or ten Hag's wife, unfortunately, we don't have women following this. So I want to ask the women: you are ten Hag's wife. What would you say? Ten Hag have also come out swinging. Like, look, whatever your decision, decide fast because I have offers. That's what he said. I have offers waiting for me. So if you guys want to let me go, let me know, pay me my money and let me get out and go take another job. But if you want to keep me, then let's do it, because one of the things I know how to do is winning trophies, and that's it. And then he's also send a slingshot to the Ibaraja, the Ashawo coach that is coming for Liverpool, the guy Nakola, that one not a big coach. Okay, so we'll come to that anyway. We'll come to that veiled slingshot that he threw at him, but we'll see that one. His French boss, McKenna, is set to sign a new long-term contract despite interest from Chelsea. I said some time ago that this guy is using Chelsea to up his wages. People said, no, what are you saying? Now when he negotiates, he's going to negotiate as the guy that Chelsea, Man United and Brighton was interested in, not just from the Ipswich budget perspective, but we'll be like, oh, let's be desperately high, let's put him where, and then let's put a clause, a buyout clause, so that we would benefit when they eventually, maybe the season begin to go back for all these other people and they come for him. I understand all this trick anyway. So Ipswich boss Karen McKenna is set to sign a new long-term contract despite interest from Chelsea, Manchester United and Brighton. Paris Saint-Germain are ready to battle Manchester City and Arsenal for £100 million rated Newcastle and Brazil midfielder Bruno Guimaraes, 26. I tell you for free, Arsenal is not interested in that player. Former England midfielder Adam Lallana, who's 36 years of age now, is in talks over a return to Southampton as a free transfer when his Brighton contract expires next month. At 36, Oga retire. Your mate's not the coach. Retire. Everton will demand 80 million for Gerard Braithwaite, 21, but Manchester United are hoping to strike a 60 million pounds deal for the England defender. Is it really that good? Rennes midfielder Desire Doe, 18 years of age, is said to be the subject of interest from Arsenal and Manchester United. This boy is too young. Chelsea are considering rivaling Newcastle for English defender Tosin Adarabioyo, 26, who will be a free agent when his Fulham contract expires next month. Southampton will try to sign West Ham English winger Flynn Downs, 25, and Newcastle 30-year-old Scotland winger Ryan Fraser on permanent deals after successful loan spells last season. Okay, Leicester may target West Brom boss Carlos Corberán should Enzo Maresca join Chelsea. He's going already. He's going. They say that deal is 95% done. Newcastle are considering a £20 million bid for Burnley's 21-year-old England under-21 goalkeeper James Trafford. Maybe the banner for Old Trafford or the money papa for Old Trafford. Liverpool also want Trafford with their Republic of Ireland keeper Cohen Keller, 25, looking to leave the club. Manchester United expected the 2-year-old Brazil midfielder Casemiro to sign for a Saudi Pro League club this summer and are willing to sell sell him at an enormous loss. That's your business. Aston Villa are not interested in another move for Barcelona centre-back Clement Langley, 28, with the Frenchman has just finished a season-long loan at Villa Park. They're not. Okay, go back to your club. Go there. You're not one of the teams that win. You are not in the numbers. Liverpool and Chelsea are among the Premier League clubs interested in United's 22-year-old Dutch forward Crescencio Somerville. Okay, Crystal Palace part owner John Textor is stepping up his bid to buy Everton with a proposed purchase by US-based investment group 777 Partners unlikely to go ahead. Potential new Napoli boss Antonio Conte wants to sign Chelsea 31-year-old Belgian striker Romelu Lukaku to replace 25-year-old Nigerian frontman Victor Osimhen, who hopes to join Premier League club maybe Chelsea or any other team and the window moves. Championship side Norwich City 126-year-old Danish left back Martin Fraser, whose contract with Deutschland is set to expire. AC Milan are interested in 25-year-old Tottenham and Brazil right back Emerson Royal. Paris Saint-Germain and Netherlands midfielder Xavi Simons, 21, wants to join Barcelona despite interest from RB Leipzig, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Newcastle United. Please don't go to Newcastle United. There's no hope of you winning anything there. Real Madrid finally are ready to offer in excess of 25 million to Lille's 18-year-old French centre-back Lenny Yoro. Now, this boy is 18. I've watched him play. I've seen a lot of game. He's taller than his age. His ability to read the game. This is it's too early to say, but I think he's a player that will be better than Saliba. He's a player that I would have loved Arsenal to go for, even if it means spending more than that 25 million. They should go buy the player and get him in the team. It's a very, 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 very good player that is linked with Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool. Former Bayern Munich and German manager Hansi Flick will sign a 2-year deal at Barcelona on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. That's according to Fabrizio Romano. You have got to take that one serious. You cannot just wave it out and say it doesn't matter. It does matter. Okay, whatever is going on, there's a whole lot of talk. As a Leicester City fan, it's interesting reading Chelsea views on Maresca. He is definitely the real deal and undoubtedly has what it takes to challenge Pep and Arteta. He won't take any petulance from those Chelsea players either. Okay, that's according to Arnon. That's a fan of Leicester who is writing about what the situation would be if he gets signed up as Chelsea manager. Okay, football journalist Rory Smith speaking on Monday Night Club about Chelsea managerial position. This is what he had to say. This is what Rory Smith had to say. What I genuinely don't get is how anyone can look at Chelsea and think I don't see any of those red flags. I can see why, for example, Enzo Maresca or Karim McKenna might look at Manchester United and think it's Manchester United. It's really hard to turn it down if they were to come for them. But surely under this ownership at Chelsea, you look at what's happened to Graham Potter, what's happened to Mauricio Pochettino, what's happened to Thomas Tuchel before that, and just think, what's the point in me doing this? This is clearly a hiding to nothing. Okay, what they want me to do isn't really feasible. So why on earth would I do it? Okay, that's another angle, because again, I also think like that. I think like Rory Smith. The Chelsea job has become a poison chalice. Okay, and for Manchester United fans, I think this one would suit you guys well. Anthony Martial confirms emotional Manchester United departure. But my problem with this headline is the emotional part. What is Martial getting emotional about? Like, really? Like, he played for the club, like he loved the club, or he just went there and was just collecting salary for doing absolutely nothing? You know, I mean, we complained about Ozil when he was at Arsenal. We complained about Lacazette. I complained about Aubameyang. But at least you could still beat your chest and say, these guys, they did something. Right, they did something for the club. They gave something. But I don't know. Manchester United fan, please convince me. Did Anthony Martial strike you as somebody who offered anything of value to the club? Okay, and now Rory Smith is speaking my mind. Chelsea are a red club, a red flag club. They are a poison chalice. I know a lot of you people will not like that comment coming from him, but truth needs to be told. Okay, well, let me come to you guys and see what the comments are like. Okay, 28 people viewing, only 12 like. Well, anyhow, more take like that. Well, it's supposed to be tactical Tuesday, so there's going to be some tactical questions. Habib Ayodeji say tactical Tuesday. Aroli Ayodeji says no chat today. Where everyone did. So there's a lot of people now. Tossing, Eliyomade, we never reach the end of the month, so man, not gonna miss some. Good to be back today. I think it's gonna be on Friday. On Friday, that's when we would remember. Now I agree. That when Friday Courage now I go put Tossing account number here now. When I know I can't give on the alert. Good to be back today. Had a downtown yesterday, missed yesterday's show, was so painful. Sorry about that. Mike said good morning everyone and let's have a great day ahead. Arola Ayodeji says as for Harry songs, he who lives in a glass house should not throw stones. Thank you very much. That's exactly the way I say it. But wait, what's with people getting divorced and then outing their spouses? I'm not praying for divorce. I'm a forever type of guy. Okay, I'm a forever type of guy. But let's just say hypothetically, no, this hypothesis is not good for me. But let's say hypothetically it does happen. I'm not going to be able to sit somewhere and talk down my wife. Yeah, it's not one of those things that I know how to do. Like, no, I don't know, because it's not really the woman that you're destroying. It's you. People. Anybody who has sense who's watching you now realize that no, this is not a guy I can put in my corner. This is not a guy that I can trust with my secret, because nobody's perfect. You can come and be in front of the screen, or you can keep up that facade of perfection out there, but in reality, nobody is perfect. So when you put yourself, when you go out there and sit, it's like, I don't know what's in the Bluetooth for that podcast show, but it's just like people are in a competition to let me be the one that talk the most rubbish. Let me be the one. And the funny thing is, it started with the stalker. After the stalker, I'll tell all the comedians. Then the next person was Idris Abdulkarim, and then like that. Everybody started coming and talking like clear rubbish. I'm not against the podcast. Okay, I'm not against the podcast. It is what it is. Now, what you talk, they go put that. But just show some maturity, some sense. Have sense. Don't go out there and begin to talk rubbish to people anyway. Have people out there say Liverpool have a throwing coach? How significant is that in their overall play? I don't know. But Liverpool are not going to be the first to have it. Bolton had it back in the day. Remember, Wolves used to have it when they had Mick McCarthy as their coach. What's it called? This thing that had Rory Delap. Stoke City, they also had it. So it's not a new thing per se. It's not a new thing. It's just that sometimes this is what I think. And it's my opinion. It's not a fact. It's my opinion. But from the inside of football, sometimes you have this friend who, just comes to you and say, this is what I know how to do. How can you fix me into your setup? And you're like, I already have an assistant coach. I already have a defense coach. I already have this one. Okay, let me look for a name to give to you so that you will fit what I want. That's okay. We're having issues with our throwing. We need a training coach. Come and join it. It's not really a solution kind of appointment, like, if you don't have it, then it's a problem. No. But sometimes somebody just want to fit in their friends, somebody that they like, somebody that they have good relationship with, and then they create an opening for them. It's like that thing called PA. You understand me? That thing called PA, that thing called marriage counselor, that thing called what's that thing that people, when to say they have PTSD, they go and sit down with somebody and be telling the person the story. What's that thing they call it? I don't know. I've forgotten. I don't know, but you guys will know what I'm saying, Sha. Like that you can never have me go do that nonsense. Like, it's a waste of time, waste of money. There's so many things in this world that people do that I just sit back and wait, is it that we are getting more and more stupid and more foolish every single day? Like, people know they get sense again. But hey, and then sabi what they do. So if I have a problem now, I go and sit down with somebody and I just detect this total stranger, the problem will solve. The day why they get house rent, I might go talk to the person make the house rent pay same now. They say the answer is simple. They aren't interested in coaching. Okay, just tell them say maybe now the English coaches ego they cause they go suffer them now. Now them sabi. Okay, Habib Ayadeji say, does the culture of the country influence how they play? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Because again, it is the culture that determines how your formative years. It is your culture that determines whether you play street football. Look at Latino countries, countries that are Spanish-speaking countries. They always play with the dance move. Spanish, Portuguese. Africans are also like that because in these countries, Argentina, Spain, Brazil, Colombia, Peru, Chile, Paraguay, Portugal, which other country now? All of those countries, Cape Verde, all of those countries that have the Spanish and Portuguese, those people are very, very similar. They are very similar, right? They have the Spanish and Portuguese eclins, right? They like music, they like good food, and they like to dance. Look at their game. Their game flow on the same rhythm, the wave of the sea. Their game is on the wave of the sea. The British people are a very, very so the culture of the British people are a gossip-oriented culture, like a pork-nosing people. How do I put it now? Owambe-ish. Okay, I think that the British people teach you about Owambe. So they are a different setup of people, and if you look at them, they have opinion. They pork-nosing everything. They have opinion about everybody, but they can't really do their own thing properly. So the culture of the people, you know how they say a man is a product of his environment, right? So if you were born in Saudi Arabia, you would naturally be inclined to be a Muslim, not because that's who you're born to be. No, that's the environment you find yourself. And then if you're born in Warri, for instance, you grew up in Niger Delta, you're most likely going to be loud and aggressive because that's what the environment is. Then if you're born in probably, let's say, Sokoto, you be calm, you be easy. Forget when this Boko Haram thinking. You become easy because that's the nature of that environment. So environment is nature and nurture now, right? The environment always play a role in the culture of how people's football is. Working class people have a different way they look at life from how the other set of people look at life. So yes, it does seriously. Okay, free flowing style. The Germans are efficient. Okay, you look at the Germans, for instance. We go to Germany. Germany doesn't look like a country. It looks like a company with different departments. Okay, that they have their efficiency. It's their style. What is Nigerian culture? Nigerian culture is music, rhythm. Nigerian culture, when it comes, what I've worked against us is we have been acculturized. Okay, remember that one. We have been acculturized. Even our democracy, we're a bit of British, a bit of the US. Everything we do, we're a bit confused. We have Nigeria as a country have identity crisis, and it's spreading worse because we're now added Canada. Well, every single day we are no longer ourselves. We are going through traumatized culture. Our culture has been traumatized. First off, with religion, bastardizing it, and we're just this is the generation that's realizing that the religion this is not about God. This religion is a scam, it's fraud, just to take people's money, just to rip people off and lie to people. We're just realizing it, but people are too deep to go out of it. You know how when you're in a bad relationship but you don't born like 6 children, so I make you guys there, no worry, no man good, no woman good, everybody not the same, let's just be there. It's different from somebody who just getting in and discover that the person is bad and they never born kid, they go come out easily because there's plenty of life. So that's the way we have been put in a place where our culture, the values of our culture have been demonized. Certain things that used to be the beauty of who we are, the beauty of our culture, have been demonized because, again, let me tell you one of the things that I learned from sociology is the fact that the best way to destroy people is to tell them that everything they hold dear is bad, is evil, is witchcraft and all that. Once you can demonize everything that people hold dear, then it becomes a problem. Let me give you a very good example. Church folks will tell you that one old person in the village is a witch. The same church folks are now doing Halloween parties. You understand? It's something that you will never be able to comprehend. Church folks are not doing Halloween party. It's a long conversation anyway, but a man is a product of his environment. It's as simple as that. Okay? Bolaji Akim said, bros, I am really a fan of Pep, but the way things have gone with football in these past years, I salute the man. He really knows his onion. Thank you very much for that one. Tosi Lima, this says, hope Emery would not start declining after getting his long-term contract. Sacking him now would mean a huge payoff. Well, I don't think it would decline. Unai Emery have shown certain sustainable consistency in his coaching from Sevilla to Villarreal to when he came to Arsenal. We saw what he was doing. It's just that it was not the right man for the job. Again, there was nobody that was going to be the right man. Once you follow a legend, the person that comes in after a legend will always suffer. I don't care who you are. If you employ Pep to follow Jurgen Klopp as the manager of Liverpool, he go fail. Not because he's a bad coach, but because they are opposite, their style is on opposite trajectory. So for this to succeed, you have to get away with almost everybody in the team. And that period of getting everybody away, you have to start afresh. Okay? It's like you go to a farm where they plant palm trees. And you now say, okay, no, I don't want to plant palm trees again. I want to plant tomatoes, yam, granite, and the rest. So you need to harvest all those trees. In that period of harvesting or uprooting those trees and taking their roots that have gone very deep, right? Is it tap roots that they have that have gone very deep? You will damage the soil. And that means that your first set of crops might not be as bountiful and rich as possible. I don't be teacher Greek. Hey, bro, that's what I don't talk to a Greek teacher here now. And football will discuss it. So I don't think that he's a bad coach. He will not tank. He would still stay sustainable. The good thing with him is that if necessary, for instance, you don't make it up for, nobody's going to be angry. Nobody's going to, I didn't make it up. No. I mean, you say, Chelsea have found their way back into the competition. Man United have found their way back into the competition. His job is to make sure they play either, now they have an extra competition called the Conference League. So his job is to make sure they play the Conference League or they play the Europa. And if he gets to Europa and he goes and do what Unai Emery knows how to do, it's 1-4. If he goes and do what Unai Emery knows how to do by winning it the way Carlo Ancelotti knows how to win the Champions League, then the conversation is an end of discussion, because that means that Aston Villa have won the Champions League and also won maybe the Europa or the Conference League. Let's say I lose anyway, but I don't think it will decline. Habib Ayodeji says, are you a big fan of gamesmanship? If yes, do you encourage the act in your team and do you coach it? How do you combat gamesmanship against your team? If my opponent wants to do gamesmanship, that's their business. The way I see football, I'm a football purist. Like I always tell people that apart from being a fan or a former player, I coach, I'm a student of the game. The way I see the game is, you're obviously going to play against some opponents that the game is going to be tight. But I approach a game with the mindset of making the game, the gap between my team and the other team so far apart that gamesmanship will not be something that you think if Man City is beating you 5-0, you'll be doing gamesmanship. If I'm beating you 5-0, I tell my players from the get-go that, this type of things will happen. To avoid it, so that I know when they prepare you, on the vest, score plenty goals. So when I recruit players with the eye of players that can score. I like a team that have goals all around them. Because there's going to come a day where your Erling Haaland will be tied in the game, where your Thierry Henry will be locked out, like is in the case of him in every finals. So I like to set up my team in such a way that goals come from everywhere. I like that France team of 2018 and the France team of 1998. Goals were everywhere. Bizantin Lizarazu scoring, Lilian Thuram is scoring, Didier Deschamps not score. Emmanuel Petit is scoring, Zidane is scoring. The only person who Steven Gerrard, who was the top striker, this Thierry Henry is scoring. Just Yuri Jokev comes in from the bench and is scoring. That's the guy Christian Karimbi is scoring. Everybody's scoring. Then you can't hold me down. When we score that much goals, your gamesmanship, and then the intensity of my play would also not encourage you to do gamesmanship. I think it's lazy football teams that do that. So I'm not going to coach my team gamesmanship, like the fall anyhow for grand, hold the ball to the corner flag. We can still win the game by keeping possession and knocking the ball around. 11 against 11 now. For every time one person is chasing that ball, there's an opening. Somebody will run into space. It's about making the ball do the running more. So it's a theory that I learned from Monday Sinclair long ago. So I don't even think I need it. All those that is too much. It's too much stress for me to put my players through that, because it becomes lazy, and then again you'll be doing that and you still end up losing the game. Okay, so I don't even think about that. So Suleiman, they say any manager exercise is the owner's edict, since they believe in the data, which I feel is not enough to decide waiting I sabi. Abiba, you say, how much does the tactical setup play a role in the success of a team? Some argue that players hardly remember all the tactical details because football happens in split seconds. How true is that? So tactical setup is like the building block, right? But to me, I believe this is my philosophy of football. I believe that a coach is a salesman, and if 10 people are selling the same product to you, you're going to have to buy from one person. It's the person who makes you the best presentation, the person who offers you the best way to get that same product, because it's the same product. It's the same product, right? The same line of service and everything. It's the person who makes you the best offer that you will follow. So my job when I coach, I borrow some of the things that Sir Alex Ferguson did, because again, you have to be tough. But in being tough, you have to set a bar for your players. And one of the things that you do with players is let them know what losing. People don't teach players this thing. Winning, everybody wants to win. It's a normal thing. Let them know what losing is to them. What losing means to them. What it will mean. Like, when I talk to my kids, I tell them, we'll talk about getting your result, getting your grades up. But I also take them around and show them example of what not doing well academically, what it represents, what you will become. Take them to a building site and show them people that are working, take them to the gates, estate gates, will sit in the car, and I'm showing them, you see, this is somebody's father holding up to somebody's grandfather, opening gates and doing months for small boys like me and like other younger boys that are around the estate. This is where you will end. It's not a miracle. So you let players know what losing means to them. Put some ego, some pride in their head. If you can infuse that in their head and make them understand that everybody wants to see you fail, they want to mock you. You will not get the best babe anymore if you accept to lose just for the fun of it. You will not get the best friends anymore. Those guys that are winning are the guys that everybody will be running to, that everybody will be talking about. Once you put that in their head, forget the tactical jungle rubbish that you see. Forget the formation. I'm not really big on formation. I don't think that I've played under any coach. You say 4-3-3, 4-4-2. No, you're a winger. You know your position before. You don't need a coach to tell you 4-3-3. That's why most time when I watch the national team, people comment about it, I was like, hey, which formation is he playing? Which pattern? I was like, oh God, Nigerians are dumb. Yes, I dare say Nigerians are dumb, and they act like they know. They don't know anything. That's not the job of the coach. That's not the business end of it. Which pattern you need to go play? Which formation you go play? What's which formation they go play? If those statistics people did not come out and tell you people that Thiago Motta was playing 2-7-2, would anybody ever imagine that there's a formation called 2-7-2? Does that even exist in the first place? The thing is, nobody cares about those formations. Nobody cares about it. The thing that people care about is, why are we playing this game? You know how they say, if you know your why, the how will become easy. If you don't know your why, then you will struggle with your how. So why are we playing this game? Why should we not lose? Why should we win? What is the end result of winning? So send 2 students to school. One, you're paying school fees for them. The other one, you tell them that if you can make this grade, I will buy you this car. Do you know that student will go and make that grade? You're paying school fees for the 2 of them. But you call one to a blind meeting and tell the person that, listen, if you can make this grade out of this school by the time you graduate, this is what is waiting for you. You will see the reason why that boy or that girl will work hard and get it. Because it is very, very important. Why do you think that people go to Big Brother to go and naked? You think the nakedness is force on them. No, they have seen people that have come out of Big Brother, how popular they are, how people respect them. No talent, no academics, nothing, no achievement, but just because they are popular. People respect them. They get invited to places that they have no business. Nobody in their family, their generation have been there. So once you can sell to the players, this is what winning is. But this is also, because most coaches forget that part, this is also what it means to lose. When you lose, this is how you will be treated. And show them good example. I guess, forget tactics, forget formation. Those players will go on that field and kill themselves. They will bond together and like, no, we don't want to lose. That's why you see people scoring last minute. You think that Javi Alonso players just wait till 90th minute. But somewhere he just thinking that, oh boy, if we lose this game now, Dortmund have led the league for a very long time and they lose last minute. RB Leipzig, the same thing. This club have never won this title. We've always been like that. This is never cruising. They will call us butlers. We don't want to be Arsenal. We don't want to be this. That mindset playing in their head is more than any tactical talk or team talk that you would have to talk to them. So for me, it is just. It's more mental, more psychological. Just let them know what the consequence of losing is. I mean, life is a roller coaster of many decisions, right? So choices and consequences. So you just let them see the consequences of winning or losing, and then let them go to the field and do the job. I mean, did you say, how do you set up against a Pep's team? With your team is a mid-table Premier League team. Honestly speaking, I'm more of a Pep guy, so I really don't know how to set up against a Pep team. But I would set up the way Arteta set up in this past season. Okay, the way set up to play man marking at the very highest order, to shut down those players that make it happen. First off, make sure that Haaland doesn't get the breathing space. That's one. But beyond getting the breathing space, make sure the supply doesn't come to him. And then if anything happens up front with your team, the chances you get, take it. And that's just it. I'm more of a Pep guy than any other. Like the way Pep plays, that's the way I play. I set up. It's just that I'm a lot more direct than Pep. That's the difference is that my directness in terms of looking for goal is like Jurgen Klopp. I just know that from the very first sound of the whistle, they find the goal. They look for the goal. I coach my football team like they are a basketball team. Look for the goal. Because almost not the ball around. Don't worry. Time day, 90 minutes. No. From minute one, look for the goal. You see the way Man United played in the FA Cup? They were looking for the goal. Like, all we need is hustle them, harass them, push them, look for the goal. Once you score, their shoulders will drop. Once you score another one, their shoulders will drop. Before you know it, they are not even in the game again. And then we are there. They are not looking for reaction. Okay, because I don't do reaction. I don't a coach with the idea of reaction. No. Let's be the one who set the pace and then force them to react. Emmanuel Libiano says, Elegote, are you studying for, since you've been away for a long time? I don't know what this guy is talking. Away where? Oh no, just come up for the show for a very long time. You can't come back. You can't turn the table on me. Go check the channel, make you see what I did with. Tim Silema, they say going for therapy. Therapy, that's the word I was looking for. I don't understand. What's therapy? What really is therapy? Somebody should explain to me what that is. I mean, treat me as an ignorant fool who don't know anything. What is that therapy talk? Somebody should explain it to me. I don't talk to one to do like the life I grew up, the whole thing I went through growing up now. I want to sit down. All those things that my stepdad did to me will just disappear from my head. Man, fuck it, man. That nonsense talk. I'll go pay one person to just say, you know what's going on. They kick my teeth break. They do this on, they flog me wire, they cut me with a blade. Fuck you. Nonsense. It's nothing like that. You outgrow your trauma. Olafat say, good morning, boss. Enzo won't find it easy, just like other Pep boys didn't find it easy. Now the question is, can Chelsea give Enzo 4 years to adapt? They might not, but they are offering a 5 years contract, so maybe they are willing. Maybe the guys who thought Bolly and Egbali would have said, okay, you know what? In these 2 years I will be the owners of this club. We've had 4 coaches. This is our 5th coach. We've had Thomas Tuchel that we met here, Graham Potter, Frank Lampard, Pochettino. Now we're having Enzo Maresca. Let's give him some time. Let's see what happens. Maybe, just maybe, he might be able to get that time. I don't like the way you say you meant going for therapy to see a therapist. I know that, yes, and I need to go there. Darius, he said the British people have this. I too know. Oh boy, British people think they know more than everybody. Like they think they know the whole world. British people. Sometimes I just don't want to talk about British people because why are you talking about them? I'm not. I don't like them, and I'm sure they don't like me too. Those Selema, they say, by the way, no tea today. My wife have not been feeling fine, so she's resting. My wife is not in good health. You don't want to stress that person to come and be doing tea for you. But let me say good morning, Mr. Idafe. The way I'm seeing FC Barcelona, I don't see them winning UEFA Champions League in the next 3 to 4 years. Obviously, they won't. From now, with this kind of small boys they have now, well, it's not your bet, right? The only club that have bet right to Champions League is Real Madrid. It's not your bet, right? So if you win, good. But FC Barcelona, I know in that conversation, you will win the Champions League after you finish building your stadium, you settle your debt, your finances, and then you can come back and say you compete for it. But for now, leave Madrid and the rest of Europe to win it. And if I you say the word you were looking for is a therapist or psychologist, therapist. Psychologist is still good for a football team, but therapist, you got to sit down with one person begin to take notes. You say, do you think it's like this culture of confession in church? Confess to who now? Not be somebody go confess to London so they don't deport him. Say your confession is sealed. It's between you and the man. Yeah, talk about the first set of FBI now pastors. So I used to tell my mom, I said, I don't understand where you go. They carry your children matter and go talk to pastors, make them pray for her. Pastor, who pastor they talk about the children to? You know, as you grow, you become bold, you begin to be able to talk. Because there is this scale, I always ask questions in reverse growing up. The scale is not balanced. Poor people in church will go and tell people, they do this and pray for. Who pastor they report the children to? Nobody. Then can't you behave like the pastor? How did you say one God? You pray in your house now. How you pray for my children? Ooh, Pastor Pikin. Member Pikin go get belay, they go suspend member. Pastor Pikin go get belay, they go hurry arrange wedding. They go just do the wedding go pass. So are you joking with me? They play. But I leave all these nonsense what they do. Abiba Judge said, do you think we deserve the kind of leaders we get in case in point in Nigeria? Yes, we do. We deserve. The leaders are not. When I say this is going to be very, very controversial. People might hate me for this, but the leaders we have another problem. There's a conversation. So I'm in one think tank group, and one day this conversation came up, and I said, listen, 20 years ago, during the Abiola regime, the IBB must go, Yokin, Nadeko, and the rest. You see all the people that are ruling Nigeria today now that are messing things up, they were all fighting for the right of Nigeria. They were all willing to die, kill for this country, save Nigeria from the arms of the military. You would think that they were all the late Bola Ige, Tinubu, all these guys, Falaye, all these guys were all fighting for Nigeria. They are not in charge. They are that bad. Leave down. If you live in an estate, look at the estate committee, study the money, calculate the money that people pay, and look at the project that they do, and look at how they account for the money. You will know that Nigerians are innately criminals by nature. We have accepted that we are criminals. So there is no way, if your uncle get appointed today, the first thing you will do is, oh boy, we'll go watch Amo. You start thinking, what's the project that we can form, that will make money from? You're not thinking of the project that will make impact, to project that we can do that will make quick money from. Everybody in Nigeria is like that. So, Akan Labi said this thing to me that always rings in my head. He said there are only two kinds of people in Nigeria. Those who are there stealing and those who are on queue waiting for their turn to come and steal. It's simple. So, it's not that. Because you cannot tell me that since 1960 we've been having bad leaders after 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 bad leaders, because they've never been good leaders in Nigeria. There's no history of anybody who's a good leader in this country. The only thing we do is once you die, you become a hero. People say Yaradua is a good guy. Yaradua that cancelled the hydropower project. Can somebody wake up and call Yaradua a hero? Somebody in Nigeria, in this country, people say Sarowa is a hero. Nigeria, this country is. You know Sarowa be? Are you aware? Well, when you look at some things that we even make people heroes of, I said, are you serious? Somebody who owns a bank. Let me not even bring that now up. So too recent. Somebody who owns a bank, but let me talk about it because at this country, somebody who owns a bank who died in a plane crash. People there quote they talk good of the man. I was like, when I don't forget what this man do to Erastus Akimbola of Intercontinental Bank, when they craze. But that's the kind of country we are in. So we get the leaders we deserve. Now, who will be this? There is nobody. Tinubu, me and you, we are all Tinubu. There is nobody who is different. If you kill everybody, state governors, presidents, senators, kill all of them. Put them in grave, pour acid, turn them to ashes. Select from among us, put us there. You don't stay pastor house. I don't stay pastor house. You don't want to know the conversation that are going on there. So let's just leave this on. Pastors are good, man of God. And the same leaders who they say, why do every presidential administration treat sports like it's nothing in Nigeria? Because the reason for that is we've not been able to prove that it's a viable business. It's not an industry in Nigeria. It's simple. Okay, I used to ask this question that you are asking, and then I spent the last 12 years pursuing some things. For instance, I can beat my chest and say I am the reason why they separate the Ministry of Sports from the Ministry of Youth. But it took me 12 years of pursuing that. Now, and I've also pursued some things like policy. I've written petition 1,916 petitions, to set up a proper sports policy, reward for people who are investing in sports, tax rebate and all that. And you get to the point where, they listen, good idea, brilliant idea. But then you need people to lobby to make sure it works. And then you go to the sports operators, people who are in the sports industry, people who have clubs, people who do sports business, and say, come on, we need to lobby to get these people because that's what is done in every other democracy. And then you start seeing them food dragging and move like that, not mean we go always survive. More than the way we done before. So people are not interested in turning into an industry. So a government cannot just come in a vacuum and look like, okay, if we even put this money here now, there is no policy that directs it. Some people will just take the money and fleet it away. You think that the president does not know that every minister of sports that they appoint go from a bloody nobody who comes out of nowhere and becomes somebody and becomes super rich overnight. He doesn't know that is the application that they're giving to them that they are stealing. So for them, there is nothing to back it until the operators. You look at the tech people. Tech people stood together, forced the hand of the government to not create a ministry for the tech industry. And you see how it's working. The creative industry under Goodluck Jonathan fought for them to be recognized. You see how that's working. There's a budget for them to do their thing. The sports people, which is the biggest entertainment industry, are idiots. Yeah, I know that people will get angry with this, but it's true. They are all a bunch of idiots. Let me ask you this. You think if Sky Sports didn't come into the Premier League, you think that the Premier League would be this good? The answer is no. Clear no. But again, when Sky Sports came in, if they had said, let's do like Hawk, now only we get them, nobody. Have you ever asked yourself why a country as big as Nigeria only one sports radio 90? The thing is, Nigerians don't know how to read between the lines. Why do we have only one all sports radio station in this country? Country where every 2 minutes, radio station they shit out of nowhere. Why do we have only one? What is blocking the way for other people? Why are people not investing in that place? And then why the people who get sports, they only want sports radio, so why are they not investing heavily in the sports industry? Why are they ones feeding you more with international foreign sports? Not be the media for Europe, for each country for Europe, make their sports, their league grow up. Why are we not having that? Why are they not calling? When was the last time you tuned into the only sports radio in Nigeria and you see them taking to task the club administrators in the country? You said to talk about Man United and Chelsea. Maybe we'll just do just now. That's an easy work now. You just read what other people do now. The real hard work is, last season I spent 11.6 million naira of my own money to go travel from Plateau to Abuja to Enugu to Oka to Uyo to Port Harcourt, Bayelsa, Benin, Kwara, Akure, Ibadan, just to interview people and get them, continue talking about the league. Made a triumph. So it is Us who have not decided that we want to make this an industry, so it's got nothing to do with government. But if you turn it into an industry and government also say, oh, we go fit collect tax here, oh yeah, what will make this thing viable? We'll turn it to business. Then everybody will start collecting money. It works. But we now want this country, the country that we have, this is the country that we desire now. A generation is going to come that will desire something different. It's going to happen. When I was in Brilla, I used to talk about the fact that some things needs to be done differently in terms of pushing the league. People said, oh, it cannot be done. Then I left. I started with grassroots. Okay, if you remember, I started with grassroots, Lagos State FA Cup, grassroots teams, Lagos FA, Surulere League, and then I stepped up. Do you know how many people that have become content creators just because Edafe was doing it? Remember, 60% of the people who are champions of content creating today used to say, Baba no get work again, saying content in the create. They are the heroes of content today. Sometimes I look at them, I just laugh. Like, you see, the things that people don't understand, they play with it because the purpose of the team is not to abuse, it's in everything. Today, now they are influencers in sports. My point is, until we make football or sports an industry where we know that, okay, this is a great industry that brings money, we see people see the reason for investing in sports, we're not going to get them. I'm happy with Sporting Lagos. If Federation are not very pack up. Sporting Lagos, Remo Stars, we just hope that more will come. There's not Inter Aba, there's Inter Lagos. Let's see how that one goes. Eventually, the private owners might drive that conversation among their friends, and then we will start seeing policy that is driven towards sports. But for now, charity is just the way it is. It's not the president, it's the people around the country who runs the sports. Habiba Adeji say some teams set up their team with their deepest midfield as the person who stops play. Others set up their deepest midfielder as the person who dictates play. How do you set up your deepest midfielder? Okay, so in that regard, so it comes down to recruitment. When I recruit players, I get, because I'm a student of what Sonu Lise is, what Andre Pelu is, but I'm also a student of what Makalele is, Edgar Davies. I love what that short Kirikou, what's his name? The guy that played for Leicester and Chelsea. N'Golo Kante. You know, I love all those guys, but I also love Fernando. Say, I love beauty. In football, the most beautiful place I have ever been. I can tell people, if you ask my younger ones, to tell you the best job I've ever done in my life is coaching. Every other thing is just these are easy jobs. But coaching is really hard work, because with coaching, if this job you read, you research, but it's easy because the framework can be put up there. With coaching, you really work hard. First off, remember that these footballers, majority of them are illiterate. Majority of them are dealing with a lot of personal, family problem issues. I've had a player who, you know, we're going to go and bail from cell. You know, different players like that who have different issues, and they're not in camp. Okay, they're staying off. But you have to recruit players who are fit for what you anticipate. Anticipate that your opposition will not be the same. So there are footballers that are coming that are going to be rough. There are opponents that are going to be rough, like Bolton Wanderers, Stoke City, right? But then there are flair teams. So if I'm playing against a flair team who like to play expansive football, beautiful football, okay, let's play. This is my turf. It's not about the quality of the individual player. I remember I have two of the most skillful midfielder out of Warri, Ochiko Makpero and Alfred Cousin. Those guys, Alfred Cousin is Maradona. Ochiko Makpero is pretty much Luka Modric, right? But, you know, they don't get sense. Like, they don't understand that this talent that God has given to them can take them to the very highest height in the world. And then I have two other defensive midfielders, Ibale Good, who can pick you a pass in the market. Like, if a crowded stadium for concert, it can call your name and pick a pass and give it to you wherever you are. But if no smoking, don't let him get ahead. Then I have this other guy now, Bori, he knows how to play ball. But nobody listens to instruction like him. He's like the defense line for a quarterback. If you tell him, kill that guy, he will literally kill the person. If you tell him, go match that guy for a chest, he will do it for you. His name is what's his name again? Oh Jesus Christ, Arubi. Right? So those guys come in depending on the opposition. If I want to play a game where okay, this team know how to play, they are very good at running, they run the ball, they run the play very well. I'll play one pivot, Ebale good, who can set up my wide men with a pass, or Aaron Umukoro up front. Now what I do is I play Alfred Cousin and you know why? Only Alfred Cousin can cancel 4 players. Mwakwaru can cancel another 2. So 6 players are under the anointing already. There is no way you can match us. Take the ball, but we'll get it back from you. There's Godwin Omunubo on the right back. There is Okoye with Wisdom on the left back. There's the 2 Rock of Gibraltar that I have. Joseph America and Charles Amaikwe, there. And then I also had Efosa Igwaku at one time in my team who went on to play for Dolphins, went on to play for Nigeria. Efosa Igwaku, that's the Ronaldo Dalima. That guy can do anything with the ball. He's currently in Ikorodu, somewhere living in Ikorodu. My point is, your selection, the players you recruit determine how you will play, whether you want to play a deep line midfielder or if you don't have a player who have the skill set to play as a deep line midfielder, there's nothing you can do. If you have a butcher, you're going to set up your team in a way that will favor a butcher. So it's not really, this is how I like to play or this is not how I like to play. It is the players that you have. I mean, I have one guy, a British defender, I call it British defender, Sabo Aibe. It's very clean. He doesn't go into the hard tackle, but he knows how to steal the ball from you. But he's slow. I like him because my friend will grow up on the same street, 2 buildings apart. My friend will grow up together. But I knew that very rare would I put him in game because again, he worry. Everybody's skillful, everybody runs, everybody is fast. That guy go make that. I played him in one game against some area boys. So they beat us 4-0. Worst defeat of my life. We were playing, but every time the attackers would score because we were faster. Sabo was looking for how to, silently collect the ball. I was like, God, what kind of English defender be this? That was the last time I played him in the game. He comes to training. I just tell him, okay, so sometimes we are leading 5-0. I just bring him in because I like him. I knew there's no football in this guy, right? So it depends on the players that you have that would determine how you set up, not be that we say, I play this one fixation. There's no fixation in football. You guys are Wenger. The last one you say, honestly, I don't know how Kompany would have been a front runner, let alone being appointed for Bayern. Although I had Pep was consulted, but I don't know how true it was consulted. Actually, they talked to him, asked him questions about Vincent Kompany, and I think what happened was that last season, Bayern, this is the fact. Bayern were already scouting Vincent Kompany from the championship. So they said Bayern agreed that the reason he failed in the league is because they didn't give him the quality of players that he needs. But they like his training methodology, his system and all that. So if you have quality players like they have at Bayern, he would turn them into the machine. That thing that they used to say they don't like about Pep is what they want again. And Pep now told them that this is the guy that is nearest in meaning to me in terms of ambition, drive, and purpose. So that's the reason why he's there. Carlos Anochiwa say, I don't come late too, but no wahala is better late than never. Tosilemani say, God bless you, brother. I do tell people that we are bad as individual. Family entity trickles down to our society until we begin to place value on human lives. Africa is not going anywhere. Fact. That's the truth. There's no argument about it. Tosilemani wanted to say we are always quick to take advantage of others at the slightest opportunity. We need reorientation and change of mindset. So let me create this scenario for you. If you travel from Nigeria, and I'm not saying going abroad because sometimes we use abroad, the gap is too much. So it's like comparing coconut with egg. Travel from Nigeria and go to Cotonou. The first thing you will notice is that they don't press the horn unnecessarily. They don't even press the horn. Again, their police not get pick up. Now bike and whistle. Then they've carried gun. They threaten people. But people behave orderly. Orderliness got nothing to do with government. There is drainage. You open your eye, they pack dustbin, they put. Flood can't happen, water for your house, you can't blame government. When you pack the tip put, so see, they are doing road now, Ajay Express Road. Every day I wake up, I go out to the junction. People don't pack dustbin, full road, the middle of the road. How much does it cost to get that bucket in your compound and make a lawman call carrier? But no, they're not going to do it. The person where they do that thing, so where you go throw those dirty for that, so he got more money than me. Where get bucket in front of my house, so. But that's who we are. Meanwhile, I was at the Amsterdam airport last October. As we eat, now the same way we eat, go pack our plate, go put the waste, the paper, the burger paper, and the rest inside dustbin. Stack the plate for you, stack them, then put the tray where you put them. You think anybody in Nigeria go do one? Go Nigeria airport, where anybody go do one? Say, oh me, now the smart go pack. But the same Nigeria go do that plate land for Holland, you go do one. Why? You go eat mistakenly, the paper go follow. You know, say you open your blender, pick and make you put her for the dustbin, the trash bucket with it. No, I mean me now. My Eomi title chief. These are some of the little habits that destroys us as a people. But when you land abroad, you know one. And my friend in Canada was talking. In Canada is better than Nigeria. I said the tax when you pay there, when you work for Nigeria, you are working in ExxonMobil, you pay. The extra taxes when you pay there, so you pay here. Because I see what they use it to do. When you never pay the tax, something else. What they go take and do? It's as simple as that. You know, those little things that we don't do, now you put us away with this. So, I mean, I don't want to push the show beyond the normal time that it's supposed to go, but we've gone very, very far. Just let me say, we're always, I think I've read that one. I don't like that you say the UK depends largely on sports for revenue. Nigeria can borrow a leaf from their book. Now, look at the population of UK compared to Nigeria. Let's say, okay, all we do is suck off the passion of just 20 million Nigerians that are addicted to it. And we not even need the whole 200 million. 20 million Nigeria. And then I create the enabling environment. Let sports now become an experience. You go to stadium, it's an experience. It not means say for UK violence they do. There's more violence. I tell people every day, the UK 996 people die for stadium in one day. So there is no violence we have done in Nigeria since 1945 when we play football college now. Up to 96 people never die for football matter. Up to 96 people. But there is somebody who will still tell you, and then they go stadium because a January judge died for stadium. Since 1995. Wow. Now wow. Our leaders are clueless. They are there to eat money and not to serve. The Frankie Dixon, he say your soccer analysis is top notch. Sport lovers must unite for the benefit of the game and enjoy the commercial revenues associated with soccer. Keep the good work up. Thank you very much. This is where I draw the curtain on the show. Please, I beg you guys in the name of God, subscribe to this channel. Get your friends to see Amiro. Now you come. Big Uncle, is this Spanish? Yes, it is. The Amadas, the Spanish Amadas. This just was given to me by one of my friends. Was given to me by one of my friends. I remember I sent it across to say, I just got back from work now. Okay, no wahala. So it's been long ago since I did Brilla. I was original for Gusha. Since I did Brilla, I'm gonna give me the jersey. I also have a Belgium jersey that my sister, my nurse sister who's in Belgium, bought and sent to me. Still there. It's beautiful. And I think that I'll wear that one tomorrow. Okay. So I mean, it's up to us to decide that this is what we want. But please, guys, subscribe to this channel. We're pushing upward of 15k subscribers. 14,769 as of right now. We need to go up. We're almost going to qualify for an aggregator, but then YouTube said we don't have enough numbers, so we cannot. An aggregator makes it easier for the algorithm to push our channel. So guys, we need to push up. We need to grow up. Help us to grow. I prefer more subscribers than super chat. To be very honest, I prefer it because the super chat is not going to come every day, but your subscribers grow. Then you know that you can do a lot of things. Right now, I don't even know if I can go to Super Eagles Camp because I don't have the funding. And almost everybody you send a proposal to tell you, your numbers are not good enough. Your numbers are not there. I wish you have up to 150,000 subscribers now. We will give you the 10 million that you're asking us for, even 5 million or so. But because we don't have that number, so it's hurting us badly. Please, guys, do well to preach the gospel of what you enjoy here. If you really enjoy what we do here, to your friends and get them to subscribe. It's not. People still ask me, how much do I pay to subscribe? I don't understand. YouTube subscription is free now. Anyhow, that's all the matter today. Let's put a break to it today. If we don't make it today, we'll make it tomorrow. We keep working as hard as best as we can. But as I leave you, let me say this: I need help. When somebody help you, don't spit pepper back into their eyes. Okay. Thank you very much for being here with me today. God bless you. If you've not subscribed, do want to subscribe. And if you've subscribed, please tell your friends to also subscribe to the channel. Let's grow this and make something big out of it. My name is Edafi Maresca. You love to come in and on sports. Stay best and be the very best of who God created you to be. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Bye bye.